So we're gonna install the XT2 on the Tenere, and I kind of figure out what I needed. Most of this stuff comes with the Garmin itself, the unit, instructions, inline fuse, zip ties, the actual Garmin mount. I bought a mount that clips to the bar above the display unit that's specific to the Garmin. I'll put this link right in the description. It comes with the hardware and some spacers if you need them. And this here is a harness for the Tenere accessory plugs. So this part would plug right into the harness. Then it gives you two opportunities to wire up some accessories if you need them. I'll be just using one of them, but it does come with an additional one. So we'll use that as well. But this should go fairly smooth. This bracket here has holes already designed to match what the Garmin unit uses. So this should be kind of a nice piece here that you should get really. So hopefully this works as planned. But we'll go ahead with the install. It should be relatively easy. And hopefully we have everything we need, and we'll get this installed. Okay, let's take the windshield off. I do have some adjustable brackets, so mine are just the finger style fasteners. So we'll have to take off the left side fairings, and I will start with the three push-in clips that use a T30 Torx. There's one towards the bottom here in the middle, then one towards the top. And all you need to do is give it a half turn, and you'll see that it'll loosen up, and you can pull the whole thing right out. And this is what you get when you're done. So it's a T30. And it's just a quick clip. So there's three of those. Go ahead and remove all of them. Okay, we'll come to the side of the fairing. As well as the inside, there's also three T30 bolts, one in front of the blinker, one towards the tank, and one towards the bottom here. I do have in the service, I think it's a 23-liter tank, so that might look a little different for you, but it's still the same procedure. And these here are bolts, so just like that. Okay, once you have the bolts off, you're going to take the fairing and push it in an upward direction towards the back, and that'll pop it out. Okay. And then once you look inside, there is going to be a little, let's see if you can see it. A little clip here for your blinker, and you can actually pull it out. And you should be able to pull it out if you get it unclipped here towards the front. And there is a little there's a little clip that you have to pull where my fingers are. I don't know if I could do this one-handed. I can't. But what you'll do, you'll push the little button here with your finger, then pull out on the other side, and that should be able to unclip the blinkers. And then this is a Adventure Tech crash bar. So these are kind of nice because you can still pull out your fairings. So the purpose of removing the fairing is to get to our accessory plug that Yamaha was nice enough to give us. I think there's one on each end. And this might also look a little different than yours. I have cruise control on my Tenere, so this will not be there for you. Some of this wiring's not there, but if you look back in the corner here, let's see if I get a better way of pushing it. Right there, that's my accessory plug. And this unit here that we bought will plug right into it and then give us our 2 pigtails for power. So we'll leave that exposed for now so we could install our bracket and kind of run our wires. What I'll probably do is just follow the wires for my heated grips, which I have Oxford heated grips. So once the unit is installed, I'll have the cable follow the heated grip cable, which already goes in that direction. So we got our little bracket here. You'll see that you want the holes up and down, and I'm going to make mine parallel to the screen and centered. And you're going to want to locate your tapered bolts here, and I'm going to put a little dab of Loctite on it. It doesn't say, there's no instructions, but it'll never hurt. You know, once you install this, you shouldn't have to move it. You'll need a 3mm Allen for these. Okay, make sure it's where you want it. That looks pretty good. So we'll tighten it up. So just kind of test fitting my Garmin quick plug here. It's going to be too close to the gauge cluster. I think on the 2005s, maybe this is a little bigger. So I'm going to use the spacers, and then I'll have to run the wires behind like so. But it should be fine. The display is going to hang down a little bit, and it might interfere a little bit with my warning lights. So I'll have to see if we can still see those after we install it, but I think we're going to be okay because it doesn't hang down that much lower. So the kit that comes with this bracket does have spacers, so we'll go ahead and utilize those. I'm not going to use Loctite for now because I just want to see how this fits first, and then if it's good, then I'll take one out at a time and go ahead and install it. Okay, so I have just 3 bolts. I just want to see how this is going to work. So just to kind of give you a point of view here, I could definitely see all the dash. There is some warning lights underneath that I can't really see unless I maybe tilt down 6 inches. So I'm okay with that. So I'll finish tightening up the brackets and running the wires afterwards. These bolts here are 2.5mm Allens. So I took the cable coming off the Garmin mount, and it goes right up. I zip tied it to the bar here, and then it follows near the display, and then I zip tied it to my heated grips bracket, and then I had it follow the heated grips to the back side of the fairing where it pokes through on this side. And obviously this is way too long, which is fine. I'll cut it down and add it or wire it to the extension here with an inline fuse. So there's my plug right there. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in now so we could kind of gauge how far we gotta go. And if you don't have the service tank, you'll have more room to do this. So here's the plugs, which, you know, the other plug that has the 2 wires for your accessories will plug into. So you'll see that I have plenty of extra wire here. So I'll cut this down pretty short and then, you know, wire in the fusible link or the inline fuse. I might even cut these down shorter just to take up some of the room. So I'm going to add the inline fuse. You know, I don't need it to be that long, so I'm going to trim off this red here and as well here just to kind of shorten things up. And I use these solder type connections that you just heat up and the solder kind of melts at a lower temperature to create the connection. Some people have had issues with these. I've had nothing but luck with them. So do what you want with these. I'll have them in the description if you guys would like to use them as well. All right, then you just get a heat gun and it'll melt. All right, I'll let that cool down for a second. All right, now we have the end of the wires for the GPS unit. I'm going to cut these as well. We'll do the same thing here. Obviously the black goes with the black, the red goes with the red. Okay, so now that it's all wired up, I'll go ahead and throw some tape on it just to clean it up. And at that point, we should be able to plug this in and test the GPS to make sure it works. Okay, so let's see if this turns on. You could take that off. And I think there's an on button as well. So when I attempted to turn on the unit, it wouldn't turn on, and after investigating this harness they give you, you can see the red and black wires, and you can see them there, but when you plug them in, they are swapped. So these plugs, the extra harness they give you, is not wired correctly. So I had my negative and positive, and my positive and negative. So I rewired it so it's correct, which means right now you can't turn it on because there's no power, because the bike needs to be on or and then the unit will come on. So I will clean up my wiring here and put everything back together and do a quick peek of how I address all this, but it's pretty straightforward. But the unit is working and it's time for me to learn how to use it. So I've got everything buttoned up pretty tight here. You know, once the fairing goes on, it covers this whole section, so that should be good. This is the plug for the blinker, obviously, and it comes up along the side here, follows the heated grips, then comes up, and this gets tucked in the back here. And yeah, so I think it's a clean install. I'm pretty happy with it. the mount is really sturdy. So yeah, I will. I'll put my fairing back on and my windshield, and we should be good to go. But I'm pretty happy with everything, so I'll be pretty excited to understand how to do my own maps or load them in, and start using it. So nice addition to the bike, and hopefully it'll take me where I'd like to go. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll put whatever I can in the description as far as what I used and where I got everything. So all right, thanks.